Salutations everybody, happy Thursday. I hope you're super set and ready for another video because today we're going to be talking about some kick-ass podcasts. There's a lot of stuff out there if you're a social media creator, if you're a business owner, or if you're the worst, an entrepreneur online. So many people are targeting you. I've been listening to podcasts on my way to and from work, and it's been really helpful for me to get some insight, but there have been a lot of duds, to be honest. Even on the podcasts I'm a regular listener to, there are just some episodes that don't grab me or don't resonate with me, while others do. Today I'm going to be saving you some time and giving you some podcasts that I think kick and made super good points that I think anybody who works online or is a content creator should really listen to. Let's dive in to the video. Okie dokie. I'm a big fan of Tom Bolino's Impact Theory. I think it's a really great show, and I think he's really talented at just pulling things out of people. And there are two podcasts in particular, two shows that he did that really resonated with me. So the first one is John Assaraf was the guest, and the title is John Assaraf, How to Upgrade Your Mindset in 46 Minutes. This man is the most soft-spoken, well-mannered individual I have ever seen on camera. His demeanor just exudes calmness and intelligence, and you just are drawn into his energy. It's really remarkable to watch. If you listen to it, you'll be able to hear that coming through the podcast as well, but I really do recommend watching this one because he just is so even. It's unbelievable. It really made me, I'm a very energetic person. I've never been cool as a cucumber. That's just not the way my friends and family describe me, but this man made me want to strive for that because he was enigmatic. I was drawn into him so much. That aside, he has this incredible book called Inner Size, and I destroyed it. It's all about cognitive behavioral therapy and what parts of your brain, what neurons are actually firing when this behavior occurs. And it focuses a lot on neuroplasticity. So this is something that basically just means that our brains keep learning, and the more that we do something, whether it be good or bad, those neural pathways are expanding, and we're engraving that habit, that way of thinking into our brains the more we do it. Neuroplasticity allows us to do different things and mold our brains pretty much into this superpower. So if we want to do something or a behavior, we can do that through neuroplasticity. So his book, Inner Size, is incredible. It goes through and breaks down the elements of the brain, and then it actually gives you an exercise, what John refers to as an inner size, on what you can do to actually activate those parts of the brain and really start to just be your own puppeteer. It was a really incredible read, a short read, and I took volumes of notes on it. It was amazing. Definitely listen to that one. The next one I want to talk about, it still falls under impact theory, so I'm counting it as one of the three. It's Marie Forleo on why failures are just more opportunities to learn. Sounds cliche, but this woman was speaking about how listening to our bodies and listening to our intuition is something that has really been an asset to her in her career. She's super successful, and she started with doing a traditional career, and then she moved into dance in her 20s, and that's late in the dance community, and she became a choreographer and then used that as another tool in her toolbox when she started her own business. If you're not familiar with Marie Forleo, she is the author of Everything is Figure-Outable, and even just having this mindset of whatever, there's a problem, there's a way to solve it. I mean, this birthed somehow into the world, so we can take it and we can fix it because it happened somehow, so somehow we can fix it. I haven't read her book. It is on my list though. If anyone has read it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I cried when I listened to this woman. Maybe it was because I was at a point in my life where it just I really needed to hear it. But the thing that made me cry was when she said, you know, just listen to your body. If your body is kind of bucking against something, that's a good indication that it's not resonating with us and it's not something that's aligned with us. So probably shouldn't force ourselves to do it. This resonated with me so much because I was too afraid to go to art school for college, and instead I went to school to be a legal assistant. I love my job, I love organization, but listening to her, following her passion of just, yeah, I wanted to be a dancer, so I became one, she just made it sound so easy, and she's so successful. So it was just really awe-inspiring and super motivating. I stand by my decision because if I wasn't a legal assistant and didn't have this steady income, I wouldn't have been able to properly finance my online business. So I'm glad I did what I did, but it was a nice reminder to pick up the pencil and draw and write again. The next podcast that I'd recommend you give a listen to is called The Angie Lee Show. If you're watching this, Jessica, big shout out to you. She introduced me to this and I'm so grateful that she did, because a lot of social media marketing is based around, you got to look at your analytics, you got to see what's trending, you got to see what's working on the back end of things, and you take that and you experiment with it and you watch the numbers. The Angie Lee Show is very much about the other side of the brain when marketing. So it's very much about the creation of the ad, the like warm marketing. She's got a successful empire and she hasn't spent a dime on marketing. It's all word of mouth and organic. That's incredible. So thank you so much, Jessica B, for showing this to me. Holy crap, I'm so grateful. I love this show. I listen to it all the time. But the episode in particular I'd like you to check out is called Don't Follow Your Passion, Do This Instead, with Ashley Stahl. Oh, I loved it. There were so many awesome things in here. And this ties in nicely with the Marie Forleo podcast, because this talks about following your intuition as well a little bit. But Ashley Stahl talks about how you need to come back home to yourself so that you can feel what's going on in your body, actually feel your intuition and your gut. Because if you're looking for advice from other people, I mean, don't take advice from people's lives that you don't want, right? However, this was awesome because they talk about Ikigai, this Japanese theory, proverb, where it's not just following your passion, it's also about figuring out what the market is in need of, what your skill sets are, and then using that as kind of a template for what you could be doing for a pivot in your career. The reason I love this episode so much of the Angie Lee Show is because Ashley gives so many examples and little work things that you can do. The best thing that I got out of that episode is how to actually find what your natural skill sets are. So you go ahead and you make a chart. It is a cross chart. So you make 4 quadrants, and one quadrant is what you enjoy doing, another quadrant is what you don't like doing. In the base, it is what you're good at, and alternatively, what you're not good at. You fill this in, and what you want to do is the things that you enjoy doing and you're good at are naturally the things that this is called your genius area, and you want to spend about 60 to 70% of your time here. But you want to spend 15 to 20% of your time in the growth area. So it's things that you like doing, but you're not good at. You want to spend time in both areas so that you can keep developing that neuroplasticity that I touched on. But like I said, Ashley gives so many good examples and little skills that you can do, pause and do them along with her. It gives a lot of insight. She also touches on if you're an intrapreneur, an introverted entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur, or if you're an entrepreneur, an extroverted entrepreneur. These are 2 very different things, and she lays out careers and different pros and cons of both. But I highly encourage you to listen to this podcast because it just gives a whole new insight on what these layers actually mean, and to not be so hard on ourselves when we discover them, because they're all hidden gems and talents that we can use as long as we identify them and know how the heck to work with them. So those are the ones that I thought were really interesting on the kind of, I guess, mindset side of things. But This next one is straight into the meat and potatoes of working online. It is advertising. So it's called the Social Media Podcast, if you're not familiar with it. And the title of this one is called What to Do When Your Facebook Ads Fail. This one features Tara Zucker. Holy smokies, this was great. She touches on and breaks down 4 steps that you can use to optimize Facebook ads in particular. Tara touches on how you can optimize your Facebook ads. She also touches on Facebook dynamic. The coolest thing about it was that she has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars working with clients on their marketing with Facebook, and she's come up with actual statistics that you can use to measure if this is a good ad or if it's a dud. I loved that because not only is it clear on what your metrics are and should be, you can have ideas on how you can tweak them instead of just duplicating it and kind of change the things you think should be changed while not really knowing if you're in the green zone. For example, if your ad copy is working. So we're doing lots of testing with this podcast, and it was clear as day on what should be changed and edited and how long you should let these ads run for so that you can tell what element you should be changing, what you shouldn't be changing. It was a straight up game plan to marketing on Facebook, and it was invaluable. The thing I loved the most about this though is that Tara Zucker actually has an ad kit that you can use and download for free. So I'll link her in the description down below because she had incredible nuggets to share with everybody. Like, she's got the Szechuan sauce, she's got sweet and sour sauce. It was freaking dope, and I don't say that often. I am a small channel. I'm a small business owner at Haley Hub. I'm not affiliated with any of these people or anything like that. I just genuinely thought that these were good tidbits that I should share with everybody I know because holy smokies, like, it was awesome. I got a lot from these, totaling 4 episodes from these 3 podcasts. If you give any of them a listen and you find something that is awesome or that resonated with you, let me know down in the comments below. It's always interesting to hear because everybody's so different, right? What resonates with one person and what resonates with the other person. I know that I personally got so much value from all of these podcasts, and I sincerely hope that you do as well. If you enjoyed this video and you go ahead and give those podcasts a listen, leave me a little thumbs up because that really helps a small channel like mine grow. If you want to check out more of my content, I upload every week at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can check me out on my other socials as well. I'm around. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message because I would freaking love to hear from you. Thanks so much for your attention, and I will see you next Thursday. Have a super weekend. That's all from me, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.